Scotland may be the country that gave the world the bagpipes and Billy Connolly, but it doesn't exactly have a thriving car industry. What it does have are some of the best B roads in the world. They're tight, they're twisting and they're undulating. And where better to test the latest aspirant to the hot hatch throne, the Honda Civic Type R. Ah yes, Scotland. 'Tis a bonny country where men in skirts are afraid of imaginary monsters in lakes. Now Scotland has some of the best fly fishing in the world, though clearly canny Scots are not prepared to travel far from town to wet a line. Venture beyond the urban world and lush green hills roll away to the horizon, usually topped by a castle and carved through by clear, swift-flowing streams. 'Tis an idyllic setting that'd make the perfect environment for a romantic getaway or even a lazy weekend. But not today, because we're here to shatter the peace with this little pocket rocket. And be warned, it ain't no shrinking violet. We've flown half across the world to be the first Aussies to steer the Honda Civic Type R, coming to a showroom near you in July. And it's fair to say that anyone who lays eyes on this red devil won't be left wondering about its intentions. The look of this new Honda Civic really smacks you in the face with its edgy, futuristic styling. It's a real standout. It's all standard, from the sports body kit with its integrated deck lid spoiler to those funky diamond-shaped door handles. And the interior, well, it picks up this space-age sports theme and hammers it home. There's this sweeping dashboard with digital layouts galore, but it is all focused on the driver in here. Figure-hugging race seats, alloy pedals, a really stubby gear lever and a nice sports steering wheel. Now that's all great, but then there are plenty of show ponies in this hot hatch segment with the clothes to match. I can think of the Renault Megane Turbo and the Mini Cooper S, just to name two. Now if the Civic is to stand out, it's got to have the goods under the bonnet. Honda's got plenty of performance engine pedigree, so I really shouldn't be worried. Or should I? One read of the Type R's engine specifications leave me quite cold. Now it doesn't move the game forward on paper. It's a 2-litre 4-cylinder, no turbos, 148 kilowatts or around 200 horsepower. And that's pretty much the same as the last car to carry a Type R badge, the Integra. And it's bang on where the hot hatch king, the Volkswagen Golf GTI, sits. And it trails the Mazda 3 MPS, Renault Megane Sport and Ford Focus XR5 for grunt. But on paper and in the real world are two different things. And it's in the real world where this car packs an unbelievable punch. For starters, it loves to rev. We're not talking 6.5, 7,000. It goes out to 8,250. And listen to it doing that. It's an incredibly responsive and exciting engine. And you combine that with a slick 6-speed manual and massive grip, and you just want to thrash this thing all day long. It is just brilliant. I'm particularly fond of the way it points and steers. It's electric steering, not usually very good, but this is light, direct, gives you a good feeling for what the front tyres are doing. And the handling has to be felt to be believed. These kind of B roads that we're on right now are exactly what this car was designed for. So here's a thought. I'm going to stop talking and just drive. How about you strap in for a ride? Oh, that is heaven. But I can tell you now, there is one problem this car will face when it gets back to Australia. And if you've been looking at the camera work, which is bouncing and bobbing all over the place, you've probably guessed already. The ride quality is not very good. You see, the Type R's sport suspension is tuned to give you the most bang for your buck. It's about slicing and dicing corners. It's about connecting point A to point B with as much adrenaline as possible. It's not about comfort. And trust me, this one knows nothing about comfort. It is a kidney killer. On top of that, these tyres may be grippier than a Rottweiler with lockjaw, but they do not have any social manners at all. And get onto some coarse chip bitumen roads and the noise is deafening. So it's not going to be as easy to live with as, say, a Volkswagen Golf GTI. But hey, for this much pleasure, I'll put up with a little bit of pain.